Let's do this.
Let's do this. Cue the music.
Do you have intro music?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Pop-Up After Hours. Today is Saturday, April 24th. My name is Billy, and I am here with the amazing, lovely Jennifer Carroll.
What's up?
What's up? And today is the first pop-up together of 2021. We are here with the lovely Jay Dee, owners of Somerset Splits in Port Richmond, Philadelphia.
Hello.
Hello.
You're good.
Hi.
You're live. We're good.
We're live.
Well, number one, Jay and Dee, thank you so much for having us here. I'm so glad that we could do this pop-up with you guys.
Thanks
it was
for being here.
It was so
fun.
much
Thanks,
fun,
guys.
right?
It was.
I think the best thing about it for me was eating all of the ice cream every time I came to visit you guys.
Thank you.
I think that was the big plus.
But I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions to, number one, for us to get to know you guys a little bit better, but for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better and to know about the best ice cream shop in Philly, Somerset Splits.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a quick story of like how Billy and I found you guys was when we moved back to Philly in July, and our neighbors Matt and Kimmy were like, you have to come to Somerset Splits. And after our first visit, we were hooked, and we just had to keep coming back. And thank you guys for all of your hospitality and your delicious, crazy Sundays.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming, and we really appreciate it. And thank you for being here and for doing this with us.
I mean,
This is so amazing.
I just love the amount of thought you guys put into all of your desserts. They're so like sometimes out of left field, but when you eat it, like today, it was amazing.
Aw.
I had what was it today?
You had the fruit punch, the
fruit punch.
fruit juicy.
Juicy, what's it called?
Fruit juicy red shake.
Yes, that.
I will tell you that there's really little thought to all of our Sundays.
Yeah, but
I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
yes, you do. You totally do. You play it off all too well.
Jay goes to the supermarket and whatever, he's like, oh, that looks good, let's do it.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he's
that's-
like, whatever good snacks there is.
I mean, that's kind of like how we deal with food too. Like, it's not supposed to make sense sometimes. You just have to feel it.
Just have to, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that was one of my questions. Like, where does your inspiration come from? Like, literally just walking down the grocery store aisles, right?
That, and just like you said, just nostalgia and things that I grew up with, and just want to bring them to other people and make them feel the same things that I've always felt about them, and which is that they're delicious and they're comforting, and yeah, I think that's really where all the inspiration comes from. Just comfort, pretty much. We just want to make everybody feel good and happy, and yeah.
Yeah, I think you have. You're just like you're built like us. You in hospitality, we want to make sure the guests are always happy, and
That's it, yeah.
you're constantly trying to like let them know like this is what you do, and like you just want to put a smile on your face.
That's it, yeah.
And
Aw.
that's how they get to know you more. And like you both are very like sweet people, and it shows through like your work and how you like how today we saw you with like customers and guests. It was so cool. Everyone was like super like responsive and like so happy to see you too.
It's cool. We've gotten to know a lot of our customers over the years. So like we've seen their kids grow up, and we've only been here 2.5 years, but for a child, 2.5 years is a big difference. Like
Yes.
they start getting facial hair, their voice starts changing, or like little kids start talking. And so it's really cool. And or we see people get married or have kids, and it's just neat to like we've gotten to know so many people.
Yeah.
And like we get to like chat with them like every week, and it's
This
fun.
is-
It's a good thing.
It's almost become like part of our family. Like we spend more of our time here than we do seeing our friends and our family for the most part.
Yeah.
And so the people that come here over and over again, we've built relationships with them, and it feels really good. It's really a nice thing to get involved and to know people, and yeah, it's really cool.
It's true. I mean, that's the restaurant industry. That's like
That's the best thing is getting your regulars who actually love you and want to come back. You know, they come first for the ice cream, but then they continue to return because of you guys. So that's really,
and Marissa too.
that's
team
really
is
just
like exceptional.
The whole
a
team,
testament to your business, but also you guys. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Like I know, Billy said he noticed it. I noticed it tonight too. Like you guys like saying hi to so many people. And when I was out talking, they were just like, "Oh yeah, we come every week, and this was awesome." Blah, blah. I'm like, oh, like this is how we got hooked.
That is also something like as being inside of like the gem box, so to speak, that you don't always get to see is like the exterior, like full experience from people, like what they're thinking. So it's for us, like as restaurant owners, we tend to do that a lot when we walk out to the dining room, because it's a different feeling than the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were just talking about this yesterday. Like, we don't know what it's like to be on the outside of here. Like, we want to know what it's like to like come up to the window and
Have that customer experience.
Yeah.
We want it.
We have no idea what that feels like.
Right.
That's a weird thing.
But we go other places, and places that we love, or places for the first time, and we get those feelings too, because other people are out there doing the same thing, which is so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, for not being out there, like it's super smooth and it shows. So you have nothing to worry about.
No, everyone's having fun out there. Like you got kids running around, dropping ice cream and not crying because it's that good. There's still enough left in the cup.
That did happen today.
No, but I mean it's pretty fun out there. So maybe you should try when you're not working so hard. Step off the line and go get in line out there.
We joke and say we're gonna show up one day, like when the girls are working, and just like incognito, just so we can like see what it's like.
Both wear disguises.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, right.
So I have a question. What is the craziest Sunday name that you guys have come up with? Because you've had some crazy ones that I love. They just make me laugh.
I don't. The names are pretty much the same thing. Like I just draw inspiration from things like movies a lot of time, or TV shows that I've grown up with, that I've watched. And there's always some, like we have a couple Arrested Development inspired Sundays. That's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's so great. And then, yeah, it's just things that I see, or maybe I've seen, like a lot of music I get inspired by a lot of times. So I'll come up with, you notice sometimes a lot of my posts are just song lyrics.
Do you keep like a book of this stuff, or it just comes to you when it comes to you?
It just comes to me.
Wow, that's a talent though, because like people, I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing, but coming with a recipe and figuring out like what to call it is similar, and it can drive you crazy sometimes.
It can.
Yeah, like
In the very beginning, I used to do a lot of the names and stuff, and I would do the Instagram a little bit. And Jay hated it because I would be so boring. I'd be like, Cookie Madness. He was like, no, you're not doing this anymore. I got that job taken away pretty quick.
But she hates the way that I post on the Instagram. She's like, drives her wild that I don't use punctuation, or
Like,
it's
like a
always
puzzle.
all
I
caps.
can't read this.
but I think that's what is like so endearing to people
People
because
love it.
they're like, what does this mean? Am I supposed to figure this out?
Is this a puzzle?
Right.
Yeah. Is this a riddle? Like what's going on here? Yeah, it's just, the names just kind of come to me, and yeah. A lot of TV shows and a lot of music, really. It's with pop
Like
culture,
pop
I guess.
pop
yeah,
culture.
There you go.
Pop culture.
Pop culture and a pop up.
Definitely.
I mean,
So, like, speaking of music, you were telling us earlier that you usually listen to a lot of Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
Do you have a bunch of Grateful Dead Sundays?
we don't actually. We've had a few. I think we might try to do a Jerry Garcia day coming up really soon.
nice.
We were just gonna do hot dogs and peach milkshakes.
That sounds delicious.
We'll
I
probably
like-
try to. Obviously, we'll come up with a couple Sundays for it too. I think so. It
That-
should be fun.
That was going to be my next question. Are you going to make a hot dog Sunday? Since if you don't know, Jay dreams of having a ice cream and hot dog and what else, Jay?
Margarita.
And a margarita shop all mixed into one.
It doesn't make any sense, but we can make it work somehow.
A hot dog Sunday.
We did it. I think one of the first pop-ups that we did, we had a ice cream hot dog.
Ice cream.
Hot dog.
Yeah, didn't you
Hot
do
dog.
that hot fudge hot dog or something?
What?
It was on Carla's menu. Yeah, nobody ordered it.
We did a banana split, and I thought it was the best idea in the world.
3 people ordered that hot dog.
it
It
had,
was
like-
the worst
It
idea.
had bruleed or grilled bananas on it, peanut butter sauce. What else was on it? Do you remember, Riz?
Hot fudge.
There was no hot fudge, but it was called the Split, and it had sundae toppings on the
I think it had
On the hot dog?
cone,
on the hot
cone
dog. There was
crumble.
no ice cream. Oh yeah, cone crumble, and peanuts. That's what it was. Yeah, bananas, peanut butter, cone crumble,
Yeah.
and peanuts.
I think we've learned to keep those. Try
No
to
one
keep
wanted
those
it.
2 separate.
I'm like, it kind of sounds good. I'm
was-
like,
I thought it worked.
what if you did like a deep fried corn dog and then put vanilla ice cream?
Oh my god.
I've wanted to do corn dogs for months, and I just keep getting shot down.
How about a corn dog with pickle ice cream?
Oh,
D's like, shut up,
That
Jen.
would be kinda cool.
Shut
if
up,
we could just
Jordy.
stick that corn dog in the pickleback sundae.
You could
that
do a
would-
mustard ice cream.
Oh,
A mustard ice cream.
the
How do you-
corn dog and the pickleback
There's-
Sunday on 4th of July weekend.
Oh my gosh. Jay wants to do corn dogs all the time. And then I'm like, we don't have a fryer. How are we going to do it? And he thinks you can do it in an air fryer. I'm like,
can't-
Yeah, you can do anything in an air fryer.
8 minutes to do, what, 2 corn dogs?
It's fine. We'll make it work.
See, he's never in the window, so he doesn't get it.
I hear
he
what's
doesn't-
going on though in that window.
He's not aware of
I'm-
the insanity in the
Give me
line.
my
Stop
ice cream now.
I eavesdrop to make sure that you're not telling anybody stories over there, you know?
So, what is your favorite cone? Do you like a waffle cone, a pretzel cone, a sugar cone, a basic plain cone, or no cone?
Start off by saying this, that those cake cones are, I call them the bad cones because they're the worst cones, I think. They're my least favorite of all time.
And they're my
Right.
favorite cones.
I
Or a
don't-
pretzel cone, but we don't have pretzel cones here.
Ooh, pretzel
But I
cones
like
are
a
good.
pretzel cone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
they're
got
so
tons of
good.
flavor.
And now here, I used to never like a sugar cone, but now from having this place, I love a sugar cone with the toasted fluff around it.
Fluff cones.
That's the way to go. Fluff cone and a sugar cone is the way to go.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
When you made that fluff cone earlier, Billy walked in. He's like, "Oh my God, what smells so
It
good!"
does. It always smells good. Even when he's doing it, I come in, I'm like, what does that smell?
It smells like cotton candy. I don't-
It's so wild. Like I don't know how that happens.
I thought it was the cotton candy you were putting on top of the ice cream today, but I was surprised when I heard it was the brulee.
Yeah, we used to do a brulee Twinkie sundae,
Ooh.
but that one didn't get the same smell to it. Definitely great taste, but
Yeah, it didn't was sugary.
When you have a dish that lasts forever, it's probably gonna smell a little weird. Twinkies, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
apocalypse pastry.
The first day that we did the hot dog pop-up, it smelled like hot dogs in here for a month. It was so bad. I thought we were just gonna have to live with it forever.
Like burnt popcorn on
Yeah.
the wall.
Oh, that's the worst.
Burnt popcorn is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
Now you guys met when you were 11. Jay, you were 11.
Yes, I was. And he was hanging out on one of my best friend's porches, and I knew right then and there that she was the one for me. But she refused to talk to me for the next 15 years. I would call her house, and her mom would be in the background, like, "Mom, tell him I'm not here. Like, I don't want to deal with him."
This is factual.
I could hear her. Like, she wasn't hiding it.
Mom, tell him I'm not home.
So messed up. But I'm very persistent, so
It paid off.
yeah.
It paid off. And now you guys have been working. You've had Somerset Splits for what? Since 2017, you said?
Yeah.
Been open for over 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're coming up on, this will be our third anniversary this year.
When is your anniversary date for the?
September something, we've lost track.
We have to find out when his sister's wedding anniversary is, because we went to his sister's wedding and then decided to have our soft opening the very next day. Not the best idea.
It's fine.
It worked. We got through it. It was great. It was a party. Just like a 24-hour party that just never stops.
Is this the first place you guys have worked together at?
Dee got me a job at a restaurant that she used to work
Oh,
at.
yeah.
And I was worked like the nacho station for a couple weeks,
Like the fry station.
and the manager called me into his office one morning and told me, he was like, "This isn't working out for either one of us, is it?" I was really surprised because I really enjoyed cutting up those onions every day. It really took me by surprise. I was really shocked.
But that wasn't very long. It was a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple
And
weeks.
You're back of house and I was front, so we didn't
Yeah.
see each other.
About to say not the same department.
Yeah.
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 Fun
So yeah,
time.
this is the first time
Our
we
first
like
job
really
together.
work together.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, it's hard. Like, I mean, Billy, we love working and doing things with other couples that work and like own something together because we get it.
We
Sometimes
can relate for sure.
it's
It's-
hard sometimes. A lot of times, right?
It is. Like sometimes, like because you can't. When you have a normal job, you can separate the two. You come home, but
Right.
then like when we're together, you're working together. Everything is in one. It's just your personal life and work life is all in the same
This
time.
has,
And
yeah.
it's hard to separate.
I mean, we can definitely contest to that. I try to continuously like make rules for me and her to allow us to remain sane. Because I'll just talk all day long, and she'll be like, "Leave me alone."
I'm like, work time is over, but work time is never over.
So-
It's like, it's so easy to just like
It
get back
never-
into it.
yeah.
Like you just start
Yeah.
talking.
Because there's moments where you're just like, oh, get away. Like, can we just not talk about that now? And
I did that to him a couple days ago. We were like, oh, let's go get brunch and have some drinks and just hang out and enjoy the weather. And then, of course, I start bringing up work stuff and like, because my mind was going. I'm like, oh, we got to take care of this. What about this? What about that? And he's like, let's just talk about that when we get to work. Like, it's hard
that's
to.
awesome. That's good. But like,
Yeah.
it's good you're like balancing each other out because we have to do that too. And I think it's really important for like a relationship to always keep that in the forefront.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
a
important.
big
It's
thing,
super
yeah.
important because everyone will ask us, "How do you guys do it?" Like it's always the one question everyone asks us. I'm like, I can't give you an answer. There is no answer. We're just figuring it out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just make it happen and make it work, and yeah. It's very rewarding sometimes, and it's tough sometimes. you
Yeah.
know?
It's true.
It's
No,
not an
it's-
easy road to navigate. And there have been weeks where once she's kicked me out of the shop, and she's
I
like,
made him go home.
can't deal with you today. I'm like, and yeah, same deal. She tells me to be quiet all the time. She's like, would you stop running your mouth? I can't deal with this.
But
Yeah,
it's like it's hard. It's so hard sometimes, and it's hard. Like we've had rough times at work, and we're just like, you need to go out there and work. I'll be in here, and then like figure it all out. But
Because I'm very much a person that's like, if I have an idea, I will run with it all day long. And to the point where I'm like, for my old jobs, I would tell my bosses, if I get on your nerves, use this word and I'll shut up. I'll seize up like a clam.
That's
And
a good plan.
I'm serious. It's like my safe word, and you have the ability to use it at any point in your lifetime with me. And she's not ever used it, which has kind of surprised me. I'm like, if you're that annoyed,
What are you doing over there?
just swipe out,
I was throwing that word around all the time.
just say it, and I'll shut up.
I know. I'm like, well, I think you already know that I want to say it, so.
No.
And he's
no,
like,
no,
I can't read
no.
your mind.
No. Exactly. I'm not. Who's the person that reads your mind from X-Men? I'm not
I don't
Doctor.
know.
What's his face?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're Star Wars people here, right?
Well, I'm not a Jedi.
You're not a Jedi. There you go. What's your so off of like the couple work thing? What has been like your favorite topping that you've put on? I know you like everything, but like today you had tasty cakes, which is an amazing, awesome Philly tradition.
What topping could you not live without? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like if you only had one, and you're like, I cannot live without this.
My favorite is the half-baked flakes. And they're cereal flakes, and they're baked, and they're buttery, crunchy, sugary, salty. It tastes good on everything.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I really like them.
What about you, Jay?
I put peanut butter sauce on everything.
Even mint?
No, I haven't ventured that far yet, but I'm gonna do it soon. I think we're probably just gonna make a sundae for everybody who enjoys these flavor combinations. I don't know. It's so wild to me. Mint and peanut butter. Who would have thunk?
The chunk.
Have you done a sundae with peanut butter sauce and half-baked flakes?
I don't think we ever have.
Well, the banana stand has
No peanut butter sauce.
peanut butter swirl, right?
It does.
Yeah. So we have a sundae that has peanut butter swirl, half-baked flakes, bananas, fudge, peanuts. So you still got the
Close.
peanut butter in it.
But
Yeah.
So almost both of your favorites.
yeah. Yeah, the stand's probably one of my favorite sundaes that we have for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely
about-
my favorite.
What about you, Jen?
My favorite?
Yeah.
For one Sunday topping that I couldn't live without. Oh, it's so hard.
I'm gonna say toasted nuts.
For you?
I just like the saltiness, and I like salt on my nuts. So. Okay, weirdos. I like salt on my nuts, and I like what did I say today? Salt on my nuts, and Bengay. It leads to an exciting time.
What a rough day.
I think mine might be like a crushed Oreo cookie or like a chocolate crumble to give it a little like crunch and chocolate. Because you can mix it into the ice cream or you can put it on top. I don't know. I think
Sounds good.
basic. I like too many
Basic
things.
Jen.
That's all right.
I'm like,
But it's good.
I know, but I'm like, fluff, peanut butter
delicious.
sauce,
I think
whipped
yours-
cream, sprinkles, pretzels.
You only get one.
I know, that's what the problem is.
I always love fresh fruit on it. But every time I'm like, yeah, let's do a fresh fruit sundae. Like blueberries
the
are in
worst.
season or strawberries are in season. Nobody cares. And then I
He
just
comes
kind of
up with
bring up
all
the
these.
fruit.
Comes up with all the healthy Sundays.
I really do.
And yeah,
The olive oil and sea salt, no one cared. Yeah.
Everybody wants what they know, what we were talking about, nostalgia.
they want fun and treats and yeah, it's great.
What's been your most popular Sunday, or what Sunday can't you take off the menu ever?
Yeah, the Reese's. Everybody orders the Reese's.
Reese's.
Which is funny because when we first opened, like, our menu was pretty much like 4 Sundays.
Uh-huh.
And then just as time, and then we always did specials, but as time went on, like, it just kind of grew. So Reese's is now like on the permanent menu, and it's definitely our biggest seller.
All thanks to Friendlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendlies, ET.
I'm like, Friendlies, that was where my mom would take us when we were good as kids.
Yeah.
And I would get the big 5-scoop sundae.
The Jim Dandy.
Jim yes! Got
So
the name of
good.
it.
Like, who didn't love that? Like, that's such great memories.
Right?
Like, yeah, it's so much fun.
See, I didn't have I had a Friendlies in the neighboring town, but our ice cream shop was called Custard's Last Stand. I feel like there was like a ton of those, like, I felt like it was a chain, but like, they just had regular ice cream. And I would go and get like a swirl ice cream cone and put rainbow sprinkles on top. That was my jam.
Was the shop a like giant ice cream cone?
No.
Oh,
It was-
that's what our Custard's Last Stand was.
Gotcha.
It was like right at 5 Points in
Yeah.
Northeast. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I used to go there a lot when I was a kid.
But I guess every town had their like tiny ice cream hut
Had that
spot.
Yeah.
I mean, Coors ice cream. When I would go to the boardwalk from hearing Jen talking about it all the time, I remember going as a kid and how much I just like ice cream cones. That soft ice cream.
Yeah,
Love
the orange
Coors.
swirl with rainbow jimmies is the best.
I was the pain I guess I still am the pain customer at Coors who I'm like, can I have a vanilla cone with half rainbow sprinkles and half chocolate sprinkles? They would do it. They would do it for me, and I love them for
awesome.
it. And I will always go, and I will always ask, and I will always have that person give me a glare when they make it.
And they're gonna mutter when you walk away. This girl. I'm that person that asks for a single scoop at 2 different flavors. And it's not because I don't want to be, like, it's not like I'm trying to not spend the extra money. I can't make up my mind and I don't want a lot.
Yeah.
So just give me a little bit of
A
both.
little bit of both.
Yeah.
You're in it already. You know what I mean? You just might as well just get the 2 scoops.
And then I
Just
don't
get.
finish it. It goes to waste and then I don't
No.
get both flavors.
You save it for movie time later. What do
When
you
you're
mean?
down the shore, you don't get to do that.
Look, man. There's no rules here.
There's no rules in Candyland.
So another question, what do you think about Mr. Softy trucks? Do you love them or hate them?
I like them. I think there's definitely a place for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's total nostalgia. It's so great you being able to run up to the ice cream truck where you hear it like
Yeah, you hear it. You
from
don't-
your inside your house. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Especially in the city here.
Yeah.
You could just be like chilling in your house and you're like, oh man, I want ice cream, but I don't feel like walking in the store. And then Mr. Softy comes by.
Magically appears. Yeah.
What weirds me out about Mr. Softy though is when he's like driving by on a like idle Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's not summer and you're like, what are you doing?
I mean,
It just happened a couple weeks ago. It was like freezing out. It was a weekday after like early afternoon. That's weird.
yeah, maybe drugs.
Maybe there's something else going on.
So like for me now, where we live in Philly, like East Kensington, when I hear the truck going off, first of all, it doesn't go down our street; it makes a left, so we hear it down the funnel like corridor, And then that's I'm like, Jen, the truck's coming. Do you want ice cream? And she's
Literally
like,
last week this
yeah.
happened to
And
me.
like I was waiting for it to hear it come up to our front door. Never showed up.
It used to come down our street, and now it turns.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So I know that it's 5:30 all the time.
I literally was outside of my door at my house, and it never came. I could just hear it, and I'm like, this is not fair.
Yeah, that's like a travesty. Like if it doesn't show up, you just hear the music. It's the worst. But yeah, they have really good stuff on Mr. Softy trucks.
Okay, well, I think how long has this been, Jen? 15 minutes?
I don't know.
It's been about half an hour.
Half an hour.
Time flies when you're having fun talking about ice cream.
That was a half hour?
Big time.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So we're gonna say, Jay Dee, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming.
No,
It was
thank
so much
you
fun.
for being here and putting this all together. And yeah, it was so much fun. It was so amazing. We had such a great time.
Can you let all of our listeners know where you're located and how to find you, like what your Instagram handle is, how to follow, so they
Sure.
can come here and try you out for themselves?
We are located in Port Richmond at 2600 East Somerset, and we are on Instagram. Our handle is Somerset Splits. We post a lot, so check us out. And are we anywhere else?
I don't think so.
Not yet.
We have a website, but it's very simple. So Instagram's the best place to go.
I agree with that. I feel like when
Instagram makes you want to come here.
just
Yes.
do yourself a favor. If you live in the city or outside the city, follow at Somerset Splits, and if you're in the city, you'll know to come here because you'll see ice cream pop up on your feed, and you'll be like, I'm going. That's what happened to us. We're like, how do we order? And like, friends go, just look up the menu. It's on Instagram. I was like, this is awesome.
It's very easy.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys.
And
Thank
thanks
you
for the
so much.
tacanellis.
Yeah, Tacanelli's. It was your first time, right?
First
Yeah.
time, amazing pizza.
You're so good.
The spinach, tomato, was it spinach, tomato, and some kind of black pepper on the outside?
It's like garlic.
We think it's a secret crust, but they tell us it's
Yeah,
not.
it's definitely a secret crust.
Secret crust was my favorite part.
They won't admit it, but we know the difference. We can taste it.
It's in the dough or on the outside. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna end this now, I guess. Bye.